Hello, and we're back again. Excuse the squeaking as I move my microphone. Fell out of place. Anyway, right. We're back now. We're going to do WRC 8 Simucube force feedback settings for you. It's just going to literally splash it up on the screen. Have a look. And see what you think. Let's change the old camera mode. So as you can see, we're looking at 42 degrees at the moment is what we settled on. 50%, I should say, power. Reconstruction filter. Play around with that. I like 8. Some people prefer it much lower, like 1 or 2, something like that. Talk bandwidth, unlimited. Although I must admit, I'm toying with limiting it to about 1,000 for now. But, you know, but we'll see on that one. The peak and notch filter, you don't have to do what I've done there, which is 8 Hz minus 5.5 dB and 0.1. That's a setting from another game that I've just left in place, to be honest. It doesn't seem to affect the wheel in any way, with or without. I've tried both. The important side of it I found was the direct inputs. The ones that seem to be working are damping, spring, and sine wave. Friction, don't think it's working, so I've left on 0. Spring is important because that seems to make the wheel quite weighty. Actually, probably too much, so bring it down to about 10%, or even off. So that's what I would recommend, anywhere from 0 to 10. Anything over that and the wheel's quite heavy, to say the least. Otherwise, leave everything else at 100%, and then really it's the in-game settings. When we can get to the in-game settings. So for the in-game force and effects, we're looking at 100% for the overall force. Self-aligning torque is 60, tire load is 60, self-centering 70, recenter force 70. The self-aligning torque and tire load, those are kind of the ones you want to play with, from about 50 to about 80% with these kind of settings. Again, you may want to play around with them to see how they affect the car and how it feels to you. With overall vibrations, though, we've left that at 120, giving a little bit extra there. Tire slip 60, suspension 80, ground surface 70, engine 30, collision 55, and throttle and brake off. You may want to turn engine off. A lot of people don't like to have the engine vibration. At 30, you don't feel much at all, so I'm happy with that. For now, the tire slip at 60 and suspension at 80 seems okay. Again, you may need to tweak it. I may actually tweak it myself. And again, remember, this is an initial setup for what I like. Seems to handle well, gives you good predictability. Could it do with a little extra in terms of feel? Absolutely. As with any setup, you're always trying to eke that little bit extra out of it. But for now, it gives me the confidence to get around the corners and have a feel of the car anyway. But as I say, early days, you know, I only got the game yesterday. This is what I've come up as my first, shall we say, rendition of the settings. For those who are watching the video and you've got a Simucube wheel like myself, remember this is a Biss-c encoder 20 Newton meter Simucube 1 setup. If you've got similar and you've got a setting for this game, if you can, please put it into the comments down below. Let's get these profiles shared out there with people. You know, the more people that we can share with, the better. You know, and if anybody finds this of use, then great. Glad to have helped someone. And that's basically it. Those are the settings. Hopefully you'll find them of some use. And again, please hit the comments below if there's any feedback at all. Otherwise, I'm going to leave this video here for you. Pause the video as you see fit, and you can take the settings and add them to your own. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Take care. Bye for now.